So as the adult shoulder ages, oftentimes chest presses have to get thrown by the wayside, but we don't believe that's necessary. You have to find the right version and make sure you dose it well. So the incline dumbbell press is a fave of a lot of us, but it gets to be a little achy on the shoulder sometimes. So one of the moves we make in trying to come back on it is we go to a close grip press where my palms are facing. I'm going to use a lot less weight than I might have in the old days in a regular press when I use this position in grip, because mechanically I don't have the same oomph that I have when I'm out here, but it's a little less duress on the cuff muscles, particularly the long head of the bicep. From there, we progress to a single arm or an alternating position where I'd stay braced up top. I go with a palm position at the bottom, whatever my shoulder needs. And it's about time under tension. So I'm keeping them slow and smooth. I'm not racing. From there, we could exchange. So they're both moving. So instead of holding an isometric up top, they're both engaged. Now be forewarned, all three of those versions are gonna feel a bit more tricepy than they will pec. That's okay, your pecs are still working. When we start getting into the classic bilateral work, first we go to a split range of motion. So whatever grip you prefer, your shoulders like, on the way uphill, we're gonna pause after an inch or two and drive up. Now remember, it's a two-hand chest press. You don't do it for range of motion. You're not trying to get your shoulders more mobile with heavy dumbbells. But we have that pause in the middle, so on 2 occasions in each rep, my pecs and arms have to overcome gravity or overcome inertia and restart, so it takes a lighter weight, makes it a little heavier. So now let's get into a little bit of rotational work. The one that's done most commonly would be what I've shown a couple times already. As I come downhill, I bend the bar a bit, and then I come back up. Technically and mechanically, I'm internally rotating my arm. So if you look at my arm from this position, as I push towards you, if I roll the bar straight, bend it here and roll it straight, that is an internal rotation of the humerus. And that's what the pec does. It's one of its tasks concentrically. The opposite has value too, where I start up top together and then go to regular. And what that does, that internal rotation, is not what the pec does in the transverse plane, but that you feel more contraction because as you push, you actually get a range of motion on that top of the thing, almost like a fly, a little bit more compressed. So it provides a nice feel factor in the pecs. My point isn't that any of them are better than another. Mix and match provides some neuromuscular mechanical variability and coax to earn your body's trust in the shoulder as you come along before you start getting into heavier weights, which is always the measure of great strength training. Keep your body moving, do some different versions, get incline presses back in your repertoire if you want them to be there. Do them safely, do them strategically.